I want to show you how we use Notion, the productivity app, to run our entire agency and training business. Let's dive in. All right, guys. So this is going to be kind of a behind the scenes look. A lot of people have asked how we use Notion. I fell in love with this tool like many people have. If you're a Notion hater, then you're not going to like this video, but I'm going to share some of the key things that we use inside of Notion to run our business and also for me to run myself as the CEO. A couple caveats. We have tried a lot of different project management tools. We've used Rike, we've used Basecamp, we've used Asana, we've used Trello. I can't even count all the ones that we've used. And we always found like across the team that we had different needs and we were always trying to force our workflow into feature sets that existed inside and or did not exist inside of these other tools. And the great thing about Notion is that it's like a blank canvas, which is a great thing for people that want to spend the time to make it exactly what they want. And it's horrible for people that don't want to take that time. I get it. But we can have all of the same data in this tool, and how it looks for me and how it works for my team visually could look entirely different, which to me is amazing. Like we're all in one place and it all works for our own needs. That's why we chose and have stuck with Notion as our longest standing application. And I've waited over a year, now almost 2 years now of using it before actually recording this video because we very easily could have switched, but we're pretty much bought in. So I'm just going to jump through how we use Notion and you can see. The first thing I want to call out is my personal dashboard. So I have an agenda for every week and I'll show you this as well, but I organize by week. And at the end, I kind of rate my energy level. I have some quick links over here, things like I'm submitting a project for the team to review, my startup routine. I get asked about my gear a lot, so I have a quick link to my gear because I can share that with people, a little swipe file, the training schedule that we have for our clients, the meeting agendas that I often reference, and then every week I send an email to our team. It's actually a Notion page that I send called the CEO newsletter, and I share what's going on in business, what I'm working on. So I have a database for the CEO weekly newsletter that's in here. So everything for me kind of lives off of my dashboard and specifically my weekly dashboard. So I'm going to pull up my weekly dashboard. And so down here, I keep track of kind of our quarterly targets. So right now we're tracking our monthly recurring revenue, number of clients, and our churn. And then I have like my top 3 things that I'm focused on. So like this week, I'm finalizing training assets for the month of January. I'm working on a new video sales letter and I'm recording YouTube videos. Guess what? That's one of these. Now I have my tasks kind of put down here in a task database and I drag them into kind of a little Kanban view and I tackle things that are going on. So like yesterday, I actually did all of these things. So like right now I'm recording YouTube videos because I'm doing this on Tuesday. So I have all of my tasks drilled down here, but at the beginning of the week, I take 30 minutes on Sunday and I kind of drag the major tasks and things that I'm working on for that day onto my week. And so that's what I got there. And then my task database. And then I have a list of things that I'm currently studying, as well as at the end of the week, I do a weekly review. I ask myself a couple questions. And so at the top, you can see at the end of the week, I rate my energy. I track how many days I worked out and how I felt like I led the team, which is kind of like a 1 to 5 star rating. And again, that lives inside this database, which I can see over time, which has been really cool for historical reference. So the next thing that I want to cover is our master content calendar. I love this thing. We have our full production calendar, which has all of the YouTube videos, emails, Facebook posts, all of our short form content that goes out to Instagram Reels, all in this view. And so you can see kind of our planning calendar, the full production calendar. And a thing I love about Notion is we have all of these different views. And so when I'm planning content, I can put ideas in here ready to record. You know, when I hand it off to the video editor, I can hand it off. But then we also can look at it by just micro content, aka the short form, just our YouTube video, things like that. So I'm in this calendar a lot as someone who's creating a lot of content. And since we're in this video, actually, I'll pull up another video that we just did. So I just did a video on our consultative selling process. And so inside of here, I come in and I can plan out hooks and put notes inside of here. I research, titles, tags. We have kind of our SOPs over here, the coordinator checklist, and we have other things that we constantly reference. So I kind of put all of my content in here. I do a lot of stuff on my iPad, so sometimes it just lives on my iPad. And then when I'm done, I kind of write up the YouTube title. I come in on another day and I put in all my tags. I write the description. We write the email that promotes it, the subject line, the body copy, etc. So like like everything about this email lives inside of this one Notion template. So we have templates for our content, the common types of content. We have YouTube videos, we have a Facebook Live or a post. I have templates and frameworks that I use for different styles of content that I create often. So I can come down here and just in my calendar, look around, obviously, as I'm planning and say, hey, look, like I want to make sure I have a YouTube video on my Thursdays, and I can plan, say I'm going to go live in the group. It pulls the frameworks that I'm going to use for that training, and now it lives on here. Obviously, I don't have one planned, so I'm going to delete that. That's our marketing calendar. So this allows me to kind of coordinate with the whole team, look at our content across all channels, and know that we're all on the same page. The next thing I want to call out is what we call the pot of gold. And really the pot of gold is just to track the results of posts and have a library of content. And so this is actually new. We're building this out, so it's not fully populated, but you can kind of see like this pulls from the master content calendar, and we kind of have a scoring system for like how well the content did based on engagement, questions, views, things like that. We can always go back and pull that. This is really actually useful inside of our sales process. So if we're on a sales conversation and prospect is like, hey, you know, like I haven't digested everything that you guys do yet, but I'm struggling with XYZ, we can go and pull up the pot of gold and find content that's related to their area of focus and share that with them. So we have this big library of content that we've put out over the years that we're just keeping track of. The next thing that I want to show you, company wiki. We have our company vision and values, our team directory, link to the CEO newsletter, our knowledge base. This is where all of our SOPs live, and we have them broken out by different teams, sales, marketing, client love. You can kind of go down to the all, and you can see we have how to schedule a new client kickoff call. It's an SOP. It's a sales handoff. Who's responsible? The sales advisor. Here's a link to the video. Any notes, like what's the status? Is it live or in creation? And we have all of our SOPs, reference docs and things, checklists, all that stuff in our knowledge base, which is linked off of our company homepage. We have our time off policy, holidays, 401k, training and education for the team, and then company calendar, just showing like when people are on vacation. We just had big holidays at the time of recording this, so it doesn't look like anyone's really off the rest of this month. Then we have a wiki for each department. So operations, everything links back to the company goals, our knowledge base, and we have all different sorts of things organized here. We have stuff for our team. How are we doing? This goes back to our quarterly planning goals, our company scorecard, project management, the key projects for ops, and then any sort of resources, meeting agendas, things like that. The marketing, we have links to our funnels, ad campaigns, our master content calendar, backlog of all the YouTube episodes, all the links to our tracking and metrics, and any other assets that our marketing team might need. So depending upon the team, they'll come into their own respective wiki. On the sales team, they have all the stuff related to the products and offers, their daily SOPs, links to order forms, any sort of resources that they might need, and tracking. And then same with our client love team. We have all of our different resources inside of here, client success tracking. Obviously, there's a ton of stuff in here that you won't recognize, but you can kind of see that each wiki is organized by resources for our clients and or things related to that department. And so that's kind of how our main business runs. And I have personally a bunch of favorites that I use, like I talked about. One other thing that I really like is having my morning ritual inside of Notion. So I usually do this on my phone while I'm having coffee in the morning. I kind of look through some daily reminders. These are some kind of mantras, if you will. My mantra for 2023 is behave your way to your goals, but these are just like reminders to myself, affirmations, if you will. I have some immediate goals. I won't expand that. What's really important to me is always reminding myself how I define success. And so I have a bunch of bullets here about what success looks like and feels like for me. And to me, that's a really good calibration that helps me every single day, specifically not get caught up in what other people say they want and just like blindly adopting other people's goals. So that's why that is important. And then in my startup routine, when I come into work, I review our company scorecard. I check our year-to-date financials. I look at our top-level metrics. I look at our sales advisors, and then I look at Slack. Every person on our Slack puts an end-of-day report in. So every day when I kind of come in, I kind of run through this checklist and make sure I'm kind of looking at everything that I need to look at in order to have a good, healthy pulse on the business. So that is how I actually use Notion inside of our business. We obviously have conversations around particular topics. I didn't go into our specific projects just because some of that's personal, but we do everything inside of Notion, and we do it so much in Notion that we've dramatically reduced the number of channels we use in Slack now, which has been really helpful. I'd love to actually do more videos on Notion because it's such an important part of our business. So consider this like the high level. In the comments below, tell me, do you use Notion? Are you thinking about it? Was this helpful? Is there anything else you'd like to see about how we use Notion that I could share with you in an upcoming video? Without further ado though, if you are an agency owner and you're trying to grow your business, I actually have some really great business tips and training. I think the model for agencies has evolved evolved over the years. And I put a video right here for you to check out on how I think you should approach your agency this year and beyond. Hope you enjoy.